embarrassing home of the Michigan State Spartans, where the fans have been ready for hours in anticipation of this big one we have coming up. Today, a battle in the state of Michigan that will resonate from Motown to the UP, as we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Western Michigan Broncos, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Broncos will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Michigan State Spartans offense will get the first crack at it here. A lot of times you run into these types of matchups, high-powered offense, big-time team against an opponent that's likely overmatched. So how do they keep this thing from getting ugly?
Well, everyone's going to have to elevate their level of play here defensively to have any chance in this one. And I'll tell you the hard part about stopping this offense, David, it's what Chip Kelly used to always say. It's a nameless, faceless opponent. They don't care who you are. They don't care what your record is. This offense comes out, and they are trying to embarrass you.
Well, the good thing is for this defense, it's been talked about all week, right? Like, you're not good enough. This is a high-powered offense. Like, the players' attention are fully caught, right? They know exactly what they're going against. Let's see if some emotion and adrenaline can really play a factor, and they play better than they have all year.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella, continue to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to.
They'll leave it with him. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Got it in the middle, it's Kelly. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? Third down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something you put in on day one install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
And the Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
I gotta say, watching this guy run has given me PTSD from when I played against Michigan State back in college, and they had a big old running back named T.J. Duckett that was wearing our defense down. He got stronger and stronger as the game went on. This guy has a little bit of that in him, too.
Gets it to the back. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
The Spartans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Catch in the middle, it's McCray. Not just hard-nosed running, that's cement-nosed running as he gets it to the 25. Eighth play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a third down conversion. Wants to throw. It's Childs. Finds his tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. He splits the uprights, and that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here something to cheer about in that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Leary. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Broncos offense will go to work for the first time today. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter. And
oh, a lot of space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Now, he does a really good job with that mesh point. The mesh point is when he sticks it in the running back belly. When he pulls it, he gets downhill quick to chew up some quick yards. Nice play early in this football game.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Offense gets set for second down. Back to throw, it's Lowry. Fires to the big fella. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. That's the end of the quarter, and Michigan State has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Quick completion to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Sparty and nearly 75,000 of his closest friends pegging the decibel meter on third down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pulls it in, it's Leary. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line, it'll be a first down. What a nice job to get through your progressions and find your man open on the drag.
And you can't do that without good protection up front by the offensive line, giving you a little bit of time. And you're right, the QB had time, saw the matchups, finally saw that drag come open, completes the strike, gets the first down.
Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Lowry. Caught over the middle, it's Williams. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains, it's at the 22.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
The Broncos will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. How about this Spartan defensive front making plays like the legendary Bob Smith?
And if you're going to have a great defense in East Lansing, it's going to be up front. It's going to be those big boys dominating like Bubba Smith, like Jarrell Worthy, really eating up those blockers up front, making plays, stopping the physical ground game.
And the Broncos now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wants to go up top. Hauls it in. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Finds his big tight end. They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And the kick is good, and guys, we have ourselves a tie ball game. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. The green and white love that tough guy reputation, and they're getting it done on the ground.
Yeah, that's exactly who this program is. That's what they're built on. Every team you go back in the history of Michigan State, you're going to find what? A bell cow running back that you can feed.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it, Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Childs. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Even with minimal gain on the return, they are working with a short field from the 36.
And that is such a veteran play by that defender. And he knows the quarterback's going to have to get rid of the football quickly, so he's getting ready to jump anything that's going to be underneath. He does just that. Great job with the speed. Nice job reeling it in for the INT.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. From the shotgun, the inside give. Wide open spaces.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Broncos can really attack on this 2nd and short. Finding an escape route. He's loose. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Trying to run, it's Buckley. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. After run, now throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Rushes on him. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll play it safe and try for 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Dead center perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Back to throw, it's Childs. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. Touchdown, Broncos. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers. To get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And here's the return. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. The give to the back. Jukes his way for more. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a fascinating one going on in East Lansing. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Spartan Stadium.
And the Spartans will boot it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Leary. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. To the air, it's Lowry. Pocket breaking down. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Crosses the 40. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Might as well give it to him again. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The short hands, it's Kelly. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. The Spartans very efficient with this passing game.
You like that, Reese? You like that? I think so. This is an offense that, listen, when you've got a guy back there that can be efficient, make no mistake, they're going to run the football, but when you get that Kirk Cousins guys, you start to really like the offense.
Scanning the field, it's Childs. Using the quick game. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Clock ticks across the 4-minute mark here in the third. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
The Spartans are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. The give on the option. Spins away from the defense. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
And the Spartans have this offense rolling. Off the play fake on first down. Finds his man. It's McCray. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Looking to throw, it's Childs. They get to him as he throws. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Oh, the attempt is no good. Guys, that field goal could loom large. Missing an opportunity to get within a touchdown. We're still sitting on a 10-point game. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Using his legs, it's Buckley. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Broncos with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Quick release by the QB. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the 1st down.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. We've come to the break. It's Western Michigan on top. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Looking to throw, it's Lowry. Quickly to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
The Broncos send out the punt unit. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll go to the ground. Finds a little space. Spins away from the defender. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
On the move. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
You know, one of the tricky parts with play action for a quarterback is that when you turn your back to the defense to sell the play fake, you have no idea what's going on behind you. You don't know what the coverage has become, and you don't know which D linemen have won their one-on-ones. The worst thing is you turn around after the play fake, and bam! That defender's right in your face.
The Spartans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The give to the back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Dropping back, it's Childs. Caught near the sticks, it's Marsh. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Marsh. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
And the Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Spartans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Snagged in the middle, it's Kelly. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a
shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than you, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Coming out with it, it's Leary. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll try the run. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The noise bouncing off of Sparty's armor as they encourage the green and white on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Lowry. He's going to run it. 1st down and more. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Williams. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. At this point, the defense just has to bring the house to try to stop the run and get the ball back, even on 2nd and 13. Here's the handoff. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that.
Yeah, and really good 3rd down situational defense. You know it's 3rd and long. You know the pass play's coming. Defense was ready. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
So how good you feeling right now if you're on offense in this situation? You want to just play conservative? You want to punt it over and let your defense finish out the game? Nope. Or do you trust your quarterback to go make a play and win the game right now?
First play of this drive comes from the 27. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's McCray. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
And how about the defense? How big was that stop? Forcing the punt, getting it back to the offense, and all of a sudden, you feel the momentum now on their side.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. That's caught. It's Belly. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.